What's up, guys? Welcome back to JK Fish Keeping. I'm June, and today I wanted to do a video review on two lights from the same company. Now, the company is Lominie, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I stumbled across them, trying to look for new types of lightings for my planted tanks, and there were pretty decent reviews. We'll go into that as we open them, but just got these in. Was really excited, so I wanted to do a video. There's two different styles mainly for freshwater planted. We've got the Asta 120 and then the A20. So A20 smaller, a little bit weaker. The 120 is really strong. They say it's like a knockoff Kessel. I looked at the Kessels, a little bit out of my price range, but you really like that shimmering effect, really strong cob LEDs. So let's start with the Asta 120. So I watched a lot of videos on this, and they were saying how it really was good when it first came out. They said there was a design change, towards the end of its run, but we'll find out. All right, so this looks like it will fit rimmed tanks. So if you got frame tanks, if you got a frame on your tank, this adapter does definitely fit it. We'll try to test it on there to see how it goes. All right, it's definitely a bigger light. So this is a pendulum style light. So it's kind of hanging suspended above your tank. You can hang it from the ceiling, you can hang it on the wall. Both of them come with goosenecks, so that's really convenient. Just by looking at the LEDs, I can tell this is already the newer model. If you can see that there, let me see. There's a lot of different LEDs. I believe the original one came with one big square that had more of a cool white color spectrum. And this one, I read reviews that it is a little bit more tinted yellow. Hopefully that's not the case, but I think it might be. All right. So it's got a dimmer switch. I believe this came in the newer model, so we'll see how that goes. That's really convenient. I think I would rather have the better LED chip in it than a dimmer switch, but if it's too strong, the dimmer switch might help. Guess you can't get both. It's got the nice gooseneck, very sturdy. And then all of your hanging components, your clamps and zip ties and wires if you did want to hang it. So that's there. And then let's go to the A20. All right, so that's what it looks like straight out of the box. No padding. It is a smaller light. It does come with a remote, so that's kind of cool. Also a clamp, which looks like it is the same width that it will indeed fit a framed tank. Once again, we'll try that because once you get those screws in, you don't know how much space you actually have. This is already on there with the gooseneck. Also, like the A20, like the A120, the A20 comes with, several different LED chips too. You can see that. You can already tell size comparison is a lot different. The frame is ventilated. I believe they do have fans in them. I don't know how loud they are, and I don't know how well they work. So we'll test those out. And the instruction manual. So I do like the remote. I'm kind of interested to see what kind of functions it gives me. It looks like there's a built-in timer on there. I don't know if there's a memory. So if I set it to 8 hours, I don't know if it's an automatic shut off after 8. Also looks like there's a Wi-Fi button. If I read correctly, I think you need to get a Wi-Fi adapter to have that work. I'm trying to think where I have plugs. All right, let's just get these guys plugged in to see what they look like and to see if they will be good for my 20-gallon long that I just set up a couple of days ago. So originally I wanted to get these pendulum style lights just because I've got driftwood, you know, coming out from the top of the tanks, which I really wanted to try starting a tank that looked like that. It's kind of my thing at the moment, is a lot of more natural look. So I'm gonna get these guys plugged in and show you guys what they look like. All right, I've got both of the lights plugged in. Oddly, the cord for the A20 is probably about twice as long than the cord for the 120, which is weird because the 120 is such a bigger light. Okay, so we're gonna start up the A120. It's just using the dimmer. This is what it looks like max. So I mean, it still does look pretty white. You could see the color spectrum around the outer rings. I don't want to shine it directly at the camera, but you know, it's a white door. I mean, it looks pretty good. I can hear the fans working. You know, seems like the LEDs are doing good, except it was flickering for a bit, but I did have my hand on the knob. So I don't know if that's a power issue or an LED issue. I just popped it in a different socket. We'll see how that goes. So there's that. Let's turn it off. Might be a socket issue. I know this is an older socket. I have had issues, but I can't find any more electrical space, so I had to try that. One thing on the A20 is that it actually does come with a little controller on the cord as well. Pretty basic. It's got power, plus and minus. I believe that's for intensity. So let's just turn it on. This is max. So you definitely tell it's darker, but you can also see all the color spectrum. Going down, you know, each click you can see it until it is very dim, almost off. And bring it to the brightest setting. There's an M, which cycles through different colors, so that's kind of cool. Now we've seen what they can do. Let's see what it looks like on a tank. Let me just skip ahead and then I'll show you what it looks like on the tank. Attached into the frame of the tank, it was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was. The 120 has, if this is the back of the clamp, there are two holes towards the bottom and one in the middle. When I put them in the bottom, the weight distribution just wouldn't go past, you know, there's like this little lip, and that's what it is, past the lip, and it kept on falling forward. So I took one of those nuts out and put them on the top part, and that kind of made it more stable. The A20 has the same thing, except it's only one screw. There's one in the bottom, one in the middle. The one in the bottom, you can hand twist it very easily. There's the one in the middle where you're gonna need like either a wrench, pliers, or you know, a hexagon bit, you know, like from IKEA, to kind of crank it, because it is, yeah, I couldn't get it with my hands. But they're all plugged in. The way they arc is pretty firm, so they won't come down, you know, exactly shorter. The arc does need to be at a wider angle, but they're in right now. Let's check it out. I think the 120 is just going to be a beast. All right, this is the 20. This is at max. For this tank, I actually really like how it looks. If I just put it on the left side, I think it'll look great. Maybe even angle it a little bit. That was the original plan. Let's check out the remote. We have, oh, this is full 100, 80, 40, and then 20. They actually all look really nice. Let's do it at a full blast. This is 100% of the A20. Now, the 120, the cord was just really short, so it's really difficult to get that in there. But let's turn it on. All right, let's start start from the top. All right, this is max power for the 120. It's really bright, and just comparing them side by side, the 120 does look a little bit more yellow. It's definitely too strong for a shallow tank like this. You know, maybe on a 55 or 75 would look great. Might grow, you know, high light plants really well. I don't know that, but that's what it looks like. Let's ramp it down a little bit. All right, this is the lowest setting before it turns off. Now that looks really good. You know, it's comparable to, let's see, 80%, 40%. That's maybe between 40, it's maybe like a 50% for the A20. So you're definitely getting more light for your money. I still like how it's more cool white for the A20, and it is a little bit warmer for the 120, which was the complaint that I was talking about before. But on the, you know, on the back wall, on the white wall, it still looked pretty white. You can see in the tank, same water, same tank. Even looking at the bottom of the lenses, it is looking a little warm. I'm gonna have to test it out. I don't know what it's gonna be in the long run. You can see right there, the lenses, they are. So I guess it comes up to personal preference. All right, both of these guys are on full blast, both at max. You can't hear the fan from the A20. The 120, you can definitely hear it. I don't know. I think just having two A20s would look fine on the 20 long. But this is what the back looks like. Yeah, you can see from the 120, that bottom is not even connected. It's just one towards the top. But then this guy, there's another hole right here. Then I had to move it to the top, and it was really difficult. So they're just hanging on right now. I might just end up getting like a, you know, like a shelf mount and then hanging them from that, since my ceilings, you know, I don't think they can support it. Yeah. All right, well, hopefully that helped you guys. I'm still trying to decide what I'm gonna do, which one I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna get two of the smaller ones. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.